So I am here on a website which apparently looks like some kind of Roblox executor. Roblox executors are programs that help you inject scripts directly into Roblox games so you can cheat and hack. If you Google Roblox executors, you'll find tons of them, and this website apparently looks like one where you can get a Roblox executor, or maybe not because it's vibe coded. But anyway, if I click this download free button, I download a zip file. If I open it up, inside the zip, I get a standalone Windows executable. I'll just double click it and try to run it, and since we've already been told that it's a cheat program and it won't harm our computer, we'll also skip the smart screen warning. But in just a moment or two, I get this message on my Discord. Now in this case, I am the attacker and this program was made by me, so I received this zip file in my private Discord server using webhooks. If I download this zip file, I get a text file, and inside this text file is some information from the computer that ran that binary. As you can see, I've got Discord tokens here, as well as Roblox cookies. Now, if you don't know what we can do with Roblox cookies, let me show you. I'll copy this Roblox cookie, open a private window, and go to the Roblox website. You can see there's no account here, and we don't even have any credentials. But if I open Developer Tools, go to the Application tab, then go to Cookies, and edit the cookie name and value to what I copied. Now, if I close the Dev tab and reload the website, you can see we're logged in as this user. We have complete access to this account without needing any credentials, and even if the user has multi-factor authentication enabled, it's completely useless. Once the attacker gains access, they can steal Robux, change the username, and maybe check payment details too. I haven't tried that part, but it's possible. And the same thing applies to Discord tokens. Discord tokens are the main thing. If I copy a token from there and edit the value the same way, I'm now logged in without needing anything. This is even scarier in the case of Discord because we have access to all the chats, and these Discord tokens are also used to spread more spam later on. Okay, so this binary was written in Golang, and what it basically does is it grabs cookies and Discord tokens from the files that are stored on your computer by the application clients. So for example, to grab cookies for Roblox, we can go to this folder here on Windows, and in this DAT file, if I open it with Notepad, you can see the whole data is encrypted. But it's literally going to take less than 10 lines of Python to decrypt this and get the actual cookie out of it. And also, in the same folder, we get another file, which has some important data as well. This JSON file has our username and our email, which can also be extracted with a single Python script. Also, keep in mind that we're extracting the Roblox cookies from the client only. We're not grabbing it from the browser because for the browser, we'd need some extra privileges, and for some browsers, we'd also need to bypass app-bound encryption, which makes things a bit more complicated. But for the Discord tokens, we're grabbing from both the browsers and the Discord client. The tokens are stored in the local state file, so we don't even need to close the browser for it. We can just use the Windows Data Protection API to decrypt the data, and then use a simple regex pattern to grab the tokens. Now, if I show you the Golang code, this was written with the help of an AI chatbot. I haven't done a lot here myself. This is a pretty simple version, but I do have one with complete obfuscation, a smaller sized binary, and evasion techniques as well. Anyway, if you look here, we specify some browser paths as well as paths for the Discord clients because we have to fetch the tokens from both the client and the browser. I originally wanted to make it solely for Roblox, but then I thought, why not add Discord too, because Roblox and Discord is just the best combination, honestly. After that, we have these regex patterns to find the Discord tokens, so Discord tokens have a special pattern to them, and the local state file has a lot of content in it, so this regex helps the binary find the exact tokens within all of that. Now, I can't show the whole code because people could use it for malicious purposes, but if you really want to learn, I've broken the code down on my web app along with some other useful tools. And I'm also working on a Python for Hackers course, so if you want to support the channel while learning something awesome, check out my platform from the link in the description. It'll really help us make more content like this. Anyway, moving on. In the next functions, we decrypt the cookies it grabbed using the Windows Data Protection API. We also have a function to extract the tokens, and once everything is extracted, we simply send it all over to Discord using this function here after zipping everything up with this function. Now apparently this looks like a very simple program, but it can have a lot of serious impacts, especially for those people who are trying to find ways to cheat in games. This is quite harmful because these types of websites are everywhere, and even if some cheats are actually working great, you still can't fully trust them, even if thousands of people are using it. Because they can just put a backdoor like this right alongside the actually working code. Before making this video, I tried my best to create a Roblox cheat myself, like I really wanted to learn about that, but unfortunately I couldn't find anything. But comment down below if you want me to try and create an actual working Roblox cheat. Anyway, this code was just a very simple example of its kind. Some of the actual stealers out there steal a lot more than just cookies from Roblox and Discord. They can steal all of the cookies from all of your logged in platforms, and that includes your bank accounts too. Now, banks do have some additional security like OTP verification, but modern info stealers come with keyloggers that look for your passwords, private codes, and all of that, and send them straight to servers controlled by hackers. So what we learned today is that we really shouldn't use cheats, first of all because they're completely illegal, and secondly, because they come with their own serious risks. Anyway, make sure to check out our platform through the link in the description, and that's all for today. Comment down below what you want to see in the next video. We'll meet next time. Until then, happy hacking.